Zeeman effect. Today we are going to discuss about the Zeeman effect. Now, when a sodium flame is placed between the poles of the powerful magnet, the two lines of the principal doublet are considerably broadened. So, the broadening of spectral line in the presence of the external weak magnetic field is called the Zeeman effect. And this is also called as the normal Zeeman effect. Now, when greater dispersion and resolving power of the prism is used, it is noted that the spectral lines split into many lines in a weak magnetic field. So, the splitting of spectral lines in the presence of the external weak magnetic field we call as the anomalous Zeeman effect. Now, let us consider a precision of a single valence electron. So, you take an electron, this L star is the orbital angular momentum, and this is S star corresponds to the spin, and J star is the resultant J. This L star presents about J star. S star also presents about the resultant J star. Once we apply magnetic field, J star presents about H. Now, the projection of the resultant J star on the H is M is J star into cos of the angle between J star and H. And this projection we call as M, and this M is called as the magnetic quantum number. This value varies from plus J to minus J, and since S is equal to half and J is equal to M plus half, M varies from plus or minus half, plus or minus 3 by 2, and so on up to plus or minus J. So all are half integral values. Now let us consider L star orbital angular momentum, S star is spin angular momentum, and this orbital angular momentum we call as a mechanical moment. Mechanical moment due to the, we can call this a mechanical moment due to the orbital motion, and this is a mechanical moment due to the spin motion. Now, the magnetic moment due to the orbital motion, this is opposite to this direction of mechanical moment. So, this is mu L, and mu S is the magnetic moment due to the spin motion. Now, the J star is the resultant of L star and J star. So, L star presents about J star, S star presents about J star. Now, this is a mu L, mu S, so its resultant is mu Ls. Whereas this is J star and this is mu J. Mu J is the magnetic moment of the total atom. L star, S star, J star, and this is magnetic moment of the total magnetic moment. And this mu Ls and mu J doesn't coincide. Now let us calculate mu J. This mu J is equal to the projection of mu L along J star. So mu L cos of L star J star, because mu L cos of this angle is the same as this angle. Therefore, mu L is equal to cos of the angle between L star and J star plus mu S into cos of the angle between S star. Yes, sir. So this is mu J. Now we know that the ratio of the magnetic moment to the mechanical moment of the orbital moment, which is equal to E by 2mc, and the ratio of the spin magnetic moment to the mechanical moment of the spin, this ratio is equal to 2 times E by 2mc, where this PL is equal to L star H cross, L star is defined as the square root of L into L plus 1, PS is equal to S star H cross, S star is equal to square root of S into S plus 1. Since S is equal to half, you get this number 2. Similarly, let us find the ratio of the magnetic moment of the atom to the mechanical moment of the atom, Vj by Pj, which is equal to E by 2mc times some number G. And let us calculate the value of G. So in order to calculate the value of the G, you substitute the value of Vl from this expression. Vl is equal to E by 2mc into Pl, where Pl is equal to L star H ignis. So Vl can be substituted here, and Vs is equal to 2Ps into E by 2mc. Again you can substitute this value here. Now let us calculate the angle between the cos of the angle between L star and J star, cos of the angle between S star and J star. By using cosine law, you can find this angle, because we have already discussed how to evaluate the value of a cosine law in the previous lecture. So using this technique, you substitute all these values, you can calculate Vj, and from this you can get the value of G, because you can compare this expression with this expression, and this number G can be calculated, and the G is found to be 1 plus J into J plus 1 plus S into S plus 1 minus L into L plus 1 divided by 2J into J plus 1, and this G is called as the Lagrange G factor. In a big field, J star is about H. So this is if you apply a field, J star is about H. And what is the frequency of this rotation? Precision. The precision frequency omega L is H G E by 2 MEC. MEC is the mass of the electron. E by 2 MEC. So H G E by 2 MEC. So this frequency we call as a Larmor frequency. Then the total energy of precision, that energy can be found, delta W is equal to the Larmor frequency into J star H cross cos of J star H, and this is you substitute for omega from here, this H G E by 2 MEC into J star H cross cos J star H. And what is J star cos angle between J star H? J star cos angle between J star H. This is equal to M, your magnetic quantum. So you can replace this by M. So you will get Hg by 2mc into M into H. So you divide Hc in this expression, the energy into Hc. So this energy expressed in centimeter inverse. So we call this minus delta T is equal to mg Eh by 4 pi Me c square. So it's centimeter inverse. So the energy is expressed in centimeter inverse. So mg into Eh by 4 pi MC square. But this number is called as the Lorentz number. L is equal to Eh by 4 pi MEc square. So this delta minus delta T may be expressed as mgl centimeter inverse. So the expression for T corresponding to a particular level is equal to T naught minus gamma minus mgl. But T naught is the term value of hypothetical center of gravity of the field due to doublet. Gamma is a fine structure, because of the spin orbit interaction there is a gamma arises. And this term, mgl term, is called as the magnetic shift. Because of the application of the magnetic field, there is a shift. So this is important for our case, mgl, we have to calculate. This is a shift due to magnetic field. Now, let us take an example, Zeeman pattern for a principal series doublet. For a principal series doublet, there is a 2p 3 by 2, 2 and 2p half, which is the upper level, and the lower level is 2s half. So there is a transition from 2p 3 by 2 to 2s half and 2p half to 2s half. So now let us draw the energy level. This is a T naught, because of the spin orbit interaction. This is 2p 3 by 2 and this is 2p half. This is always S state is a singlet, so there won't be any split in that level due to spin orbit interaction. So if we don't apply field, and this is the energy level. Once if you apply weak magnetic field, this splits into 4 levels according to the value of M. J is equal to 3 by 2, M is equal to 3 by 2, half, minus half, minus 3 by 2. So this level splits into 4 levels. Now here, this is J is equal to half, so M will be plus half or minus half. So it splits into 2 levels. M is equal to half, M is equal to minus half. So this upper level splits into 4 plus 2, 6 levels. Here lower level, this is J is equal to half, so M is equal to plus half or minus half. Now let us consider the transition. The transition depends upon the, you have to use the selection rule to obtain the transition. There are 2 selection rules corresponding to the orbital angle and quantum number and magnetic quantum number. Delta I is equal to plus or minus 1. This is the first rule. So this is a P state and this is a state. So P to S is possible. So this is a delta I is equal to plus or minus 1. Within, from here to here, it is not possible because this is a P state, 2p3 by 2. So this is split into like this. This is corresponding to P is equal to 1, L is equal to 1. This also corresponds to L is equal to 1. So delta is equal to 0. So which is not permissible. So there won't be any transition taking place from this level to this level. Whereas from here to here it is impossible because delta L is equal to plus or minus. So first you have to, this must satisfy this rule. Second, the delta I must be 0 or plus or minus. So if we take a half, or if we take a half, and there is a transition take, which is a permissible transition from here to here because M delta M is equal to 0, which is possible. Also from here to here also possible because this is half minus half, so delta M is equal to plus 1. That is also possible. So depending upon this value, delta M is equal to 0 or plus or minus 1, you draw this line. From M is equal to 3 by 2, here M is equal to minus half, the transition is not possible because delta M is equal to 2. So it is not allowed to transition. So here you are getting 6 lines and here you are getting 4 lines. Now let us calculate the intensity of these lines. The intensity of the lines can be, there is a rule, intensity rules, J to J transition. If M varies from M to M plus or minus 1, the intensity is equal to A into J plus or minus M plus 1 into J minus of plus M. So if you take M plus 1, you have to choose the upper side, and if you take minus here, you must take the lower side. There is a transition from M to M, and this is the expression for the intensity. Similarly, there is a transition from J to J plus 1, and you have to use this expression. So the J to J, so this is J and this is J. So from here to here, if there is a transition, in that expression J must be, you have to use the value J is equal to half, and M to M plus or minus 1. Suppose this is M. M to M. This is M. M is equal to, suppose we take this line. Half. This is a take a line. Half. M to M. This is M to M. Then you have to use this expression. Or M to M plus or minus 1. Then you have to use that expression. So by choosing the values of J and M, the intensity of the lines can be calculated. Similarly, the transition is from J to J plus 1. This is J and the J plus 1 is 3 by 2. So if there is a transition from here to here, then you have to use J is equal to half, and depending on the value of M that you are choosing in this line, you have to find the value of the remaining lines. So here you are having, you are getting the intensity. This is a 8 unit for this line, 6 unit and 6 unit. Here this line 2 units, 2 units. these constants, A, B constants, you need not evaluate because the intensities are relativistically measurable. So you are comparing the intensity. You are not measuring the intensity, measuring the absolute intensity. So just you are comparing the intensity. So you need not evaluate A and B. So this height represents the intensity of the lines. So there are two lines having 8 units, another two lines 6 units. And these two lines correspond to the 2 units. For this transition, they are equal units 1, 2, 3, 4 units. The 4 units. So there are the intensity of the line, the number, not only the number of lines, but the intensity of the line can also be determined from this expression. Now, here is a method to find the number of lines easily, because for 2p 3 by 2 to 2s half transition, m is equal to 3 by 2, your j is equal to 3 by 2, m value is from 3 by 2 to minus 3 by 2, 3 by 2 half minus half minus 3 by 2. So you write it in a row, and this is yes, j is equal to half, so m value is from plus half minus half. So the same way m value must be written in a single line in a column. So this is half, just write in a single the same line in a particular column. Now you draw the line, vertical line from here to here. There are 2 vertical lines and the diagonal lines. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 1, and this is 2. There are 4 diagonal lines. So this line represents delta m is equal to 0 because this is a half, this is half, the same value. So delta m is 0, same value delta m is 0. So the vertical line represents delta m is 0. The slanting line or the diagonal line represents the delta m is equal to plus or minus 1. So you are having 6 lines. So suppose if you consider 2p half to 2s half, 2p half to 2s half transition, m initially is equal to, since this is half minus half. Here 2s half, j value is equal to half, therefore m value will be plus half or minus half. You draw the vertical line as well as the diagonal line. So these two represent delta m is equal to 0, the diagonal line represents delta m is equal to plus or minus 1. So you are getting 4 lines. So 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Now, so you are getting 10 lines. 10 transition, 10 lines. Now the question is, the sodium atom is subjected to a weak field. The number of possible lines in place of the doublet will be option A 8, option B 6, option C 10, option D 4. So the answer is this one, because we are using a sodium atom and the doublet, you are placing the magnetic field. So you are getting 6 plus 4, 10 lines. So you can, the question is asked to find only the number of lines. You need not draw the energy level diagram. If you draw the energy level diagram, it will take time, or there may be a possibility of missing an element if you draw it. But in the competitive examination, you have to do it very quickly and correctly. So this will give the correct number of lines. So correct number as well as you can do it very quickly. So this is a question which was asked in the previous year, previous NET examination as well as SLET examinations. The next question is, calculate the Z1 pattern for 2D 5 by 2 to 2P 3 by 2 transition. Now here, this is 2D, this is J is equal to 5 by 2. You write down the m value. M value is equal to plus J2 minus J, 5 by 2, 3 by 2, half, minus half, minus 2. So you write down your m value. If you want to calculate the frequency, then you must need mg value, because your delta t is mg n. So this mg is important. So you have to calculate g corresponding to this state. So you have to take this expression for Lattice G family. G is equal to 1 plus j into j plus 1 plus s into s plus 1 minus l into l plus 1 or 2j into j plus 1. So you take this expression, and if you for 2D 5 by 2. What is J? J is equal to 5 by 2. So in this expression we have to put J is equal to 5 by 2. This is a D state. So L is equal to 2 and S is equal to, because this is a multiplicity of the 2S plus half. So S is equal to half. So you have to substitute S is equal to half. If you do this, the value of G is calculated as 6 by 5. For a 2 3 by 2 state, L is equal to 1, J is equal to 3 by 2, S is equal to half. So you substitute this value in this expression for G, you find this value of G is equal to 4 by 3. So now let us write down the mg initial value. Mg initial value, this is your initial level. So you know the value of m. You multiply by 6 by 5, you will get this number. You take this number, you multiply 6 by 5, you will get this. So you take each number in the this upper row, and you multiply 6 by 5, you will get this mg value. This is mg initial. Let us calculate mg final. So you take this one. This is the final null. Here g value is this, and the m value is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 into g is here. Half into 4 by 3 is here. Minus half into 4 by 3 is here. Minus 3 by 2 into minus 4 by 3. So write the initial mg value, write the final mg value. Then draw the vertical line. 4 vertical line. Draw the diagonal line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One diagonal line corresponds to delta m is equal to plus 1. Another diagonal element corresponds to delta is equal to minus 1. And the vertical line corresponds to delta m is equal to 0. And once if you find the difference, you will get for when delta m is equal to 0. So the vertical line, the differences are plus 3 by 15, 1 by 15, minus 1 by 15, minus 3 by 15. And if you find the diagonal differences, this is plus or minus 15 by 15, plus or minus 17 by 15, plus or minus 19 by 15, plus or minus 21 by 15. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 plus 4, 8 lines. So there are, this corresponds to 2 lines. This is a plus 17 by 15 and minus 17 by 15. Another line and so on. So this is a 18 line. So since the 15 is a common factor, you can write in a single expression. Delta m is in the change in delta mg in the L. This change in mg is this one. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 15, plus or minus 17, plus or minus 19, plus or minus 21, divided by 15 into L. L centimeter. L is called as the normal strength. EH by 4 pi ME, C in centimeters. So the frequency of each line can be written. So if you want to know only the number of lines, then it is enough to write m initial, m final. You draw the vertical and the diagonal differences, you count. If you want to calculate the frequency of the line, then you have to find the g and mg initial, mg final, then find the difference, and this delta you can be calculated by finding the delta mg into m. So this is the way you can find the Zeeman pattern for any particular transition. And if you want to find the intensity of each line, then you have to use this expression.